Hi, Steve Norris here. Was listening to a video that a mentor of mine did recently and really put the entire sales process of our home business system into context for me. I thought it was fascinating. It's about as clear-cut an explanation as I've heard of the selling process in home business ever. Used to be back when I sold stuff and I would overcome objections and have close people and be trying to persuade them to buy what I had, whether I did it in a home business or selling real estate or insurance or something like that, which I've done. The same selling process that you'd use to sell real estate doesn't really work for network marketing, for affiliate marketing, for home business, because what we're trying to build is a volunteer army. And if you push people to join, to buy, you're going to have people that don't really want to be there in the first place. You see a lot of advertising on social media, people trying to get you to buy their system so that you can learn how to build your business without bugging your friends and family. Well, if you're bugging your friends and family, you're doing it wrong. You're trying too hard, you're pushing, you're trying to get them to do something that they may not want to do. And that's a recipe for disaster because you're not going to get builders in. You may get people to sign up just to get you to be quiet and stop bugging them, but they're not going to do anything. So why waste your time or theirs in trying to do something like that? So my mentor described it to me really well, and I just want to share it with you. I thought it brought a lot of clarity to me. But for those of you that don't know me, and that may be a lot of you, I'm Steve. My name's Steve Norris. I live in Caldwell. It's just outside of Boise, Idaho. Fastest growing real estate market in the country, from what I'm told right now. Been married for 30 some odd years to my wife, Cindy. We have 2 grown daughters, a couple of grandchildren. And I got into this home business space because not that I hate my job. I know a lot of people hate their job, and that's okay. And I know a lot of people love their job, and that's why they don't want to do a home business. Just as cool. But for me, it's not really so much hating my job as hating what it means to have my job. The options are very limited. I have a daughter and a granddaughter, or a daughter and a grandson here in Idaho with me in Caldwell. See them a lot. My other daughter and her family and my infant granddaughter are 1,000 some odd miles away down in Texas. So I obviously don't get to see them a lot. My job does not afford me the time off I want or need to be able to go down there on a regular basis and hang out and spend time with my daughter and my granddaughter. And I'm just tired of that being reality. So I decided that for me to live life the way I wanted to live, my job had to be portable. And when you're in management for the corporation, the only portability you get is going where they want you to go for whatever project they have for you to work on. So I needed to change my income method so that I could get the freedom that I needed, the flexibility that I wanted, to be able to spend the time with my family no matter where my family happens to be. I know a lot of people get in this business because they want to get rich and have private jets and all of that, and that's cool. No, those are great things to want. But for me, I am really interested in being able to live my life the way I want to, on my terms, where I want to. And that just requires income with portability, or adequate income with portability. So that's why I do this, and that's, the whole reason that we're talking, and I'm learning this stuff so I can share it with you, because I'm guessing if you're in a home business, you're looking for something similar. Most of the people that get into our industry have the idea in the back of their head that they want to lose their job. Sometimes they're just looking for supplemental money, but most of us, deep down, are really trying to build a business that will give us more money, give us freedom, and get us away. So, to the selling process in our business, in our industry, 7 foolproof steps, and they are, as you can see on the slide, first to communicate or to contact, then communicate, then qualify, then invite, then present, then follow up, then handle. So contact is just reaching out to someone, whether it's your warm market or someone you don't really know very well. Contacting is just reaching out to see if someone wants to take step 2, which is to communicate. You're not trying to persuade, you're not trying to convince, you're not trying to do anything other than make a contact with someone. Now, that can be a phone call, that can be an email, it can be a text, but you are reaching out to initiate contact with a person, because if you don't contact them, you can't get into communication with them. They don't know that you exist, they don't know what you're there for. So step 1, contact. And the beauty of these 7 steps is that it doesn't matter if you're in multi-level marketing, if you're in affiliate marketing. It doesn't matter if you're selling the latest super juice or vitamins for a company that's been in business for 50 years. The steps are identical no matter what you're selling. So you make contact. Step number 2 is to communicate, and that's to actually find out if this person wants to communicate with you. Are they willing to get into a dialogue? Do they respond to your message? If they don't respond to your message, well, they do not want to communicate, do they? So you're still in the process of contacting to see to try and establish that communication. You can't move on to the next step unless you're in communication, and that's a back and forth thing. That's not you just talking at them through whatever medium you're using. That's you talking, them talking. You've established a little bit of rapport. You've got an actual communication flow going. Once you have that in place, then you can move on to qualify somebody to see if they are interested in what you offer. Are you open to different ways of earning income? If I could show you something that made sense, that could make you a couple of $1,000s a month on the side, would that be something you want to take a look at? Something along those lines, but questions geared to find out if they're interested at all in what you do, if they're qualified to get an invitation, because the next step is to invite. Once you've established that they're open, then you invite them to take a look. Hey, if I sent you a video, would you watch it? Very simple and direct. If I sent you some information, would you review it? If I sent you a video, would you be able to watch it this evening? Just again, simple and straightforward, but it is the next step. You know, are you open? And then will you take a look? And then present is they get the information. For most of us, we're probably sharing a video presentation or a webinar or something like that. You can be doing presentations live over the phone. You could do a Zoom. There's lots of ways to present the information, to get the information to them, and that's that next step. That's present. After that, it's follow-up. Not close, follow up. Hey, did you get a chance to watch it? What did you think? What did you like best? See where their head is after they've watched the information. Establish that they've watched the information, and then get a feel for where their head is. And then 7 is handle, and this is not handle in the sense of overcoming objections to persuade somebody to get in. It's really, if they're interested, they're going to have some questions. I'm going to see, how much does it cost to get started? Do I have to talk to my friends and family? Things like that, just questions that they'll have before they're ready to pull the trigger, if they decide to pull the trigger at all. And from that point, you enroll or not, because not everybody's going to want to play the game, and that's completely okay too. But you answer their questions and you move them into your enrollment process from there. So it's really very simple. The thing that I love the most about it is knowing with clarity where you are with any individual person, and that you focus only on the step you're on. If you haven't yet established communication with someone, you don't want to start qualifying or inviting or presenting. a lot of you have probably gotten the same messages in Facebook or email that I have. You know, somebody reaches out and say, "Hey, you know, I want to be friends with you. I've got this really cool business that you ought to look at. Would you like to take a look?" Or, you know, the message that's this long that you get from somebody you don't know or you just accepted a friend request from. And that's trying to move someone forward in the process way too soon, way too fast. It's way too steep a curve to try and get somebody to move through. And that's why it's uncomfortable for all of us. It isn't a natural flow. You need to establish a relationship, that know, like, and trust factor that you hear about before anybody's going to be willing to proceed. So the clarity of having each step delineated, you know where you are, you know what the next step is going to be, and you know what you have to do. Because until you've completed a step, that's all you do. If it's contact, you contact. And if you don't get a response, you contact. And if you don't get a response, you contact. So that you're never trying to move the relationship between you and this person beyond where it already is. So that's it for me. Like I said, 7 foolproof steps to build your business. Again, any business, home business, MLM, network marketing, affiliate marketing, it's all going to follow the same process. And I'd really like to thank you for taking a few minutes of your day to watch the video. If you'd like to get more, you can find me at stevenorrisbiz.com. Hook up with me over on Facebook at I am Steve Norris. Or, of course, you can see me on YouTube as well, which is where you're probably watching this video now. Appreciate your time. I hope you have a great day, and I'll look forward to talking to you again. Bye now.